What's up, Neil?
How's it going?
What's up, Neil?
Welcome back, Cakes.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yep, he's happy to be back.
I'm sure he is.
I love working more than vacation, like most Americans. I'm sure that's the case.
So we had you on to kind of fill us in on the Capitals and what they seem to be doing in the offseason. Let's start with their top draft pick. What can you fill us in on this winger?
Lynden Lakovic, he's got some upside with top 6 potential in the NHL. Needs to sharpen his skating a little bit. He also needs to figure out a way to use that big physical frame he's got. He's 6'4", 201 pounds. Doesn't really use that to his advantage. Doesn't really throw his weight around. So I'd like to see him add some physicality to his game. He's a little bit older for draft classes. He's got a birthday in December, so he may have a little bit less development time than some of the other younger prospects. But he's got some upside. He's he's a really good scorer. He led a bad WHL team in scoring, despite missing over 20 games last year. So, I think he could be a really good addition to Washington. And let's face it, if he's able to learn anything from like Tom Wilson and Ovechkin how to play physical, I think he's going to be just fine.
Well, what's like a timeline for him being up with the big squad? Now, I'm sure he's going to spend some time in Hershey, being a late first-round pick. Generally, they don't break in their first season here, do they?
No, it'd be rare, especially as a 27th pick. I mean, Washington already has a crowded pipeline for wingers already, so he'd have to really shine in the AHL for them to speed up the time frame. But probably a year or two, we'll start to hear his name again. And it all depends on how he does at Hershey, which is a really good AHL team. I mean, they have a lot of skill there as well. So if he can play well there and make a name for himself, then maybe he can accelerate the timeline a little bit.
Neil, give us some intel on another new face, Justin Sourdif, who the Caps acquired in a trade with the two-time Stanley Cup winning Florida Panthers. Hasn't had a lot of experience in the NHL, but the Caps parted with a second-round pick in 26 and a sixth-round pick in 27. So some decent draft capital going towards this new player.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a player that the Caps organization said that they've tried to get him a couple times. So this is a player that they wanted. He'll probably be a bottom 6 in the NHL next season. It's a low risk pick, low risk transaction with upside. He's a really good skater. He produced in the AHL as well. So I think this is a nice depth signing for Washington. And I always get a little bit nervous trading with Florida because I think they're one of the best-run organizations, even without the Stanley Cups, just analytically and how they go about creating, a franchise. But I think it's a nice depth signing for Washington who, has to start looking towards the future, and I think all these moves that they make kind of address that.